Okay, are we live? Are we here? Here we go. Are we on? Here we are. We are live. We are on. We are ready. So, the Dolphins are at the Eagles. The Finns are at the Eagles. Big game, 5-1 each. Both gunning for it. It's going to be a good game. It's going to be an interesting game. So at the moment, we're just waiting for the adverts to cool over. Get into that. My remote control's not working though. So I don't know why. But other than that, we're just waiting to get into the game. We are waiting to watch the game. It's flipping annoying. No. So now we're just waiting. Do. So once the game kick off, we'll kick off. And we're just waiting still. No. Oh, they're still chattering. Stop all this chattering. No. It's Tua versus Jalen. Just waiting for it all to kick off. Waiting. Flipping long time though. But we're still waiting. No. Here we go. Best records in NFL. Chiefs 6-1, Eagles 5-1, Dolphins 5-1, 49ers 5-1. So compared to 4, big game. See if the Dolphins can stop the Eagles.
For the option of the second half, Jason Sanders will kick it away for Miami. Boston Scott back to receive. Fireworks to begin. Will we have fireworks on the field tonight?
Just waiting.
About to find out.
Boston Scott 16.
The Eagles in their Kelly green uniforms was the franchise's dominant color.
The Dolphins
generations ago. They were able to bring it back for a couple of games. We'll talk about it as the night goes on, but it's a sweet look. Off we go here from Philly. Sanders hits the kick, and it is fielded by Zacchaeus at the 17. And Zacchaeus will go down at the 23-yard line. That's where the Eagles offense will start.
Jalen Hurts, Channelview High School.
DeAndre Swift, Georgia.
AJ Brown, Ole Miss.
Olamide Zacchaeus, Virginia.
Devontae Smith, Amite High School.
Dallas Goddard, South Dakota State.
Jordan Mailata, Jeff Stoutland, University.
Landon Dickerson, Alabama.
Jason Kelsey, University of Cincinnati.
Suo Peta, Weber State.
Lane Johnson, Groveton High School.
Yeah.
And Johnson is playing despite the ankle that he injured last week. He's one of the best in the league, starting tonight on what many consider the best offensive line in the business. See how they take care of Jalen Hurts tonight. Opening drive to 23, DeAndre Swift to the left. And the former Detroit Lion takes it to the 30. Good pickup of 8 yards on first down. The QB Jalen Hurts, year 3 as a starter, following up his runner-up finish in the MVP last year. Key number for this year, that's 7 with the interception. He had 6 all of last year, and 3 of the 7 picks came last week when they lost to the Jets up 95 at MetLife.
Second and 3.
Officially a gain of 7 for Swift, 2nd and 3. Right back to him. Go up the middle and gain about a yard. Raekwon Davis, one of the many Alabama players in the lineup here tonight, in there on the tackle. 3rd down and a couple coming up.
And that's really going to be the game tonight. Can this Miami Dolphins defense hold up to awaiting his chance over on the sideline? He looks like he's got a smile on his face and ready to go. But this dominant offensive line, can they move this defensive line off the ball and get the running game going?
To A.J. Brown in motion. It's another give to Swift inside.
Just over
and
for a
he will get the first down. It appears the mark coming at the 33-yard line. And the chains will move. First down for the Eagles.
No question, the guy who leads the way is Jason Kelce right up front. He sets the edge, gets a little help from Opeta coming down. Straight lines. They believe in straight lines, whereas you're going to see the Miami Dolphins on offense work the edges. Philadelphia coming right downhill at you.
3 plays, 3 runs with Swift. Hurts first pass against some pressure. It's caught, big stick. Devontae Smith moves on at the 40-yard line to pick up of about 6 yards.
They almost threw that flag before they snapped the ball. I can see the official grabbing it. So far offsides.
Offside. Defense, number 94. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
Christian Wilkins, one of the stars up front on this Miami defensive line.
Almost playing wingback over there. Way out.
Mike McDaniel, what a start for this Dolphins team at the 5-1, but some question, have they beaten anybody? 5-24, the record of their opponents coming into play today. So take the flag, it's 1st and 5. A little mishandle there by Hurts. Gets it to Swift. Back to the edge and gets a first down.
Their running game is
the
going to be
45-yard line. Trade in the offseason, right around draft time. Detroit remakes its running back room. Swift comes back home to Philadelphia.
Jason Kelce is always the guy making the calls here. Watch the block down, which is going to allow Kelce to do what his brother Travis does so well, which is play in space, come in and get that inside linebacker and set up the first down.
Bobble that Hurts pulling it together for DeAndre Swift, who's averaging just under 5.5 per carry. Great start to the season.
Hurts got the ball.
Training
throws left.
Side.
Open.
Oh,
he's let go of the ball.
Loses it. Let's see if they said he had possession first or just an incomplete pass.
Incomplete. He had the ball in his hands. He jumped for it.
Yeah, Devontae dropped a couple last week, too, so I'm sure they wanted to get him off to a fast start. Good play by Van Ginkel, hustling back on the back end of this thing and really dislodging the football late.
And he jumped up, and as he got tackled, it come out of his hands. So he's got the ball in his hands.
Van Ginkel has been such a factor on this Dolphins team. Rushing off the edge, dropping back. He's worked his way into the lineup. Julio Jones signed Tuesday by the Eagles. In his 13th year in the league, is in the game. He's wearing 80 for the Eagles. Hurts swings it to Swift, who was a busy pass catcher last week. He needed about 3 yards there. And here's the Dolphins defense before 3rd down.
Christian Wilkins, Clemson. Raekwon Davis, Alabama.
Zach Sealer, Fair State.
Jalen Phillips, the U. Jerome Baker, Ohio State.
David Long, West Virginia.
Bradley Chubb, Hillgrove High School.
Eli Apple, The Ohio State University.
Deshaun Elliott, Texas. Javon Holland, Bishop O'Dowd.
Cato Cole, Texas A&M Commerce.
Injury back there in a big one. The 4-time Pro Bowl quarterback Xavier Howard out with a groin injury that he suffered last week against Carolina. It's a defense that a lot is expected of. Still working to find the groove with new coordinator Vic Fangio. 3rd and 8, they're bringing 4. And Hurts will throw. It's complete. For the first down. Inside the 40. Goddard up the sidelines. Happy National Tight End Day to those who celebrate. Right around the 30-yard line. First down, Eagles.
One of the problems when you're playing Jalen Hurts is your best pass rusher, in this case, Bradley Chubb, has to be a spy. They have to keep him for running for the first down. So you're taking one of your top rushmen out and rushing with 3.
And the Eagles go quick, keep the personnel out.
That's got the ball.
Hurts backfiring on top, front and again by Goddard inside the 10. First and goal at the 7. Back-to-back 22, then 23 yards.
When you have the kind of speed that the Eagles have on the outside, you're going to allow a receiver like Goddard to get across the field, take his time, and just find that soft spot in the zone.
Going quick again. Keep Miami's personnel out there. First and goal from the 8. Hurts will keep it. Running to the right. Good job on the edge to bring him down. Loss of a couple. Jerome Baker. Not fooled by the fake.
Yeah, and it's been a struggle in the red zone so far for this Philadelphia Eagles team. So good a season ago, not quite as good there. And we've also seen Jalen Hurts sort of protecting himself a little bit more than what we saw a year ago. Clear case of it right there. It didn't work out so well with the play design. He just goes down, and we're going to try to make sure that he plays at least 17, if not up to 20 games.
There we go.
Paid like a franchise quarterback. Keep him out there.
10-yard line.
Second and goal. And the gift to Kenneth Gainwell. Checks in for Swift. Here on play 10 of the drive, and only a yard that will set up third and goal. Chris, what have you seen so far out of the defense with Vic Fangio, the veteran now as the coordinator for the Dolphins?
Yeah, he's thrown a little bit of everything at him. He's playing slightly with one hand tied behind his back tonight. Xavier Howard, their outstanding cornerback, unable to play with a groin injury. Jalen Ramsey not ready yet with that torn meniscus. So Kader Kohu goes from the slot outside. Perry Nickerson comes in. So they really need to get their pressure with just a 4-man rush tonight and try to protect those corners best they can.
Empty backfield. Julio Jones out there. Third and goal. From the 9, design run inside with Hurts. Dolphins waiting for it.
Well, that's not good, man. This is
at the 6-yard line. And the fans don't like the fact the Eagles got down there, and that's what they come up with. It'll be a field goal attempt for Jake Elliott.
This is when, as a defensive coordinator, you go all day. You want to run it? All day. Go ahead. From 10 yards out, no problem with me. But the way these two offenses can play, field goals feel like victories if you're on defense.
Here comes Jake Elliott. A pair of 61-yarders in his career, including this year. He missed one from the left hash from 37 yards. It's a short one. 24 yards, and after that miss last week,
3-0.
he puts up the opening points of the Eagles.
God, they got down there. Like, what's going on with that? So the defense has come out. The Dolphins picked up and they got it covered. Fair play. You know, their running game's good. Swift is on it. Very good. They could have had, you know, there's been a few decent throws. But incomplete pass ball. As soon as they get tackled, the ball comes out, you know, the wide receiver's hands. So it ain't looking good there. But the running game's on top. And then, just you think that you get down to the 5 to the 10-yard line for a first and goal, second and goal, whatever. It all goes pear-shaped. The defense is on top to stop them from going. But they got the 3 points. I'll see what happens. Other than that, we are just waiting to get back in. Right, we're back in. Slowly but surely. Three, two, one.
Inexorably linked.
Back in.
Tua Tagovailoa and Jalen Hurts in their first meeting head-to-head here on Sunday Night Football with a pair of 5-1 teams.
You know, Mike, you really could not ask two young men to handle a really tough situation any better than what they did. And the fact that they still have a relationship at the end of it, pretty impressive on both their parts.
Here we go.
Faced each other in some of the biggest spots in college football and came through it. No return from Braxton Berrios. It's a touchback, and here is the Dolphins offense.
All right, so
Tua Tagovailoa, Alabama.
Raheem Mostert, Purdue.
Alec Ingold, Wisconsin.
Tyreek Hill, Pearson Community College.
Jalen Waddle, Alabama.
Durham Smythe, Notre Dame.
Kendall Lamb, Appalachian State.
Isaiah Wynn, Georgia.
Liam Eichenberg, Notre Dame.
Robert Hunt, Louisiana.
Austin Jackson, Southern California.
We got a couple of spots I want you to watch. Left tackle Teron Armstead still out, missing his third game. And Connor Williams, the center, is out for his second straight week. So it's a challenge inside against the stout Eagles defense, with the crowd there to help the team in green along.
delay a game.
And a whistle right away.
Delay a game. Offense. 5-yard penalty.
Unbelievable.
Not the start you want.
Wow. First play. So there you go. And the one thing when you're calling plays at the line of scrimmage with this team, you have to factor in another 3, 4, 5 seconds because of all the motions and shifts that they do. So you have to get on it.
Now it's 2nd and 15. Waddle takes it in motion, coming around his receiver spot, and Jalen will get 7 yards.
Fake handoff to one person.
Popped it to him, so that counts as a pass. And just adds to his numbers, which are terrific. He leads the league in pass yards, not with short throws. He leads the league in yards per attempt. Touchdowns #1, passer rating #1. Mike McDaniel told us last night, the 5th pick from the 2020 draft, he's playing the position in certain ways like no one else in the league. See how he does against the Birds defense tonight.
He's not the only one. I've heard it from plenty of coaches as we've watched the tapes throughout this year.
And 7
still got
for his first
two,
toss of the night.
throws deep
Time
left.
throws into an open window, and there he goes for the first time tonight.
Brilliant.
Tyreek Hill.
It's Hill.
Captured a first down for the Dolphins, out to the
Perfect.
43.
Well, that just made up their numbers.
You can just see as he comes off the ball, the reaction of defensive backs on the back end. I mean, they are backpedaling as fast as they can, plus the fact, but for the Eagles tonight, a couple of backups in there, Sidney Brown, Terrell Edmonds, Josiah Scott is going to play in the slot, so some guys not used to being out there. The 2 corners are back, though, Darius Slay and James Bradbury.
15 on the first connection begins the meter running for Tua and Tyreek. Toss to Mostert, men in the backfield. Hassan Reddick out of Camden, New Jersey. Right in there to make the play. Loss of 5.
What a play by Reddick on the outside. And here's the gap you have to stop if you're going to beat Miami. Right there. It is all about these edge players. Can they take on blocks and make plays just like that? That was fantastic by Hassan Reddick. 5.5 sacks already, but he also shows he has a lot of pride in stopping the run.
And a lot of pride about being back in the area. Camden, New Jersey, on the other side of the border, Philly suburb. Walked on at Temple. Was with the Cardinals, not in the right position. Has found a home here in Philly. 2nd down, Tua is going to have to swing it out to Tyreek Hill. Look at that speed, that acceleration to get back to the original line. 4th, 3rd and long. Here's the Eagles defense.
Wow.
Brandon Graham, University of Michigan.
Fletcher Cox, Kansas City High School.
Jordan Davis, University of Georgia. Josh Sweat, Florida State. Hassan Reddick, Temple.
Kobe Dean, Georgia. Jeffrey Cunningham, Pennsylvania. James Bradbury, Stanford.
Terrell Edmonds, Virginia Tech.
Sidney Brown,
Illinois.
Darius Big Play Slay, Brunswick High School.
Slay back out last week. The starters Chris was referring to, Reed Blankenship, the nickel, Bradley Roby. Those 2 guys lead to that inexperience that he was mentioning. 3rd and 15, Tua pressured by Reddick and flushed. Gets rid of it, incomplete. It wasn't just Reddick, it was Josh Sweat and the Philly front heard from early on.
The defense has stopped
on that opening drive.
The Dolphins ain't good. They've got quick on the mark every time.
Tua
has that
Watch
ball.
Jalen Carter here just simply overwhelmed.
Someone needs to be open on it.
Inside.
I mean, look at this defense.
One-on-one. There you go against Isaiah Wynn. Puts him on his back. Forces the back pedal, and there is Isaiah Wynn down on the field.
We talked about Wynn, who they acquired from New England. The power of the inside rush from the rookie Carter, the number 9 pick in the draft, has been evident right from the jump at Eagles camp and in every game he's played this year.
And really a concern. You hit on the fact Armstead's not in there. Williams isn't in there at the center. They just cannot afford to lose another one of these big offensive linemen.
Athletic training staff walks him off. Let's take a look.
Oh, he slipped on his back foot.
Got his ankle.
His ankle went.
Kendall Lamb steps on, but he was being moved back. He's a big man as well. Getting pushed back 310 pounds his win, but it's going to take a few snaps off and watch 98 in the Eagles green.
Oh my gosh. I watched him in the draft. I didn't know why anybody didn't consider him the top player in the draft. I know quarterbacks are important, but he was overwhelming in college.
Jake Bailey last year with New England will kick it. Good rush there. Britton Covey back to receive. Not a very long kick at all. Out of bounds with the inside of 35 yards on the punt. And good field position for Philadelphia to get started. Heavyweight fight.
Okay, so offense for the Dolphins so far. Not that good. Not that good of a start. But they've got to literally they've got to keep that momentum going. Like I think the Dolphins, they've got, soon as Tua's got that ball, so I've got to run it quick or throw it quick. Mate, 2 players of the defense of the Eagles come in that quick within 3 seconds, less than that. No. So we're just waiting now. So now we're just waiting once again. But the Eagles' defense is on point on this first quarter so far. Now we just got to wait. We're waiting. Nearly there. Nearly back in. Nearly back in. Nope, still music. This is brought to you by 4K Skycam from Walmart Plus. Now we're just waiting. Waiting.
They'll see us tomorrow.
Back in.
Maybe a World Series game or 2 coming up in the next week or so if the Phillies can win one of their last 2 against the Diamondbacks. And the Eagles at 5-1 here on Sunday Night Football against the Dolphins. Drive 2 for the 31. It's another handoff to Swift. Eats his way for a couple. David Long, who they picked up from Tennessee in the offseason with the tackle.
Yeah, DeAndre Swift really has had a nice element here to this offense. He came over in a trade from the Lions, and we're just starting to see, you hit on it for a moment, the ability that he's shown in the passing game. He has had over 40 receptions, 3 straight years. Only a handful of guys have done that. He could really be an asset for this offense, especially when they get in some of these kind of looks.
He's up at the top of the screen. Comes to the other side. Is hurt, and it is deflected again. That's long. So back-to-back plays for the 50-year man out of West Virginia. It'll bring up 3rd down.
Yeah, David Long's one of those guys that you constantly see him attacking downhill. And I asked Vic Fangio about him, and he goes, yeah, I just want to make sure he's doing it when I want him to do it, because he does have a tendency to just want to go get the quarterback or whoever it is in the backfield.
There's some good edge rushers on this Dolphins team. Jalen Phillips, who missed 3 games with an oblique. He's at the bottom of the screen, 15. He's back in the lineup for the 2nd game. 3rd and 8.
Got the ball, got the ball, go around.
Everything covered.
Oh, he got the ball, and it's recovered by the Dolphins.
Phillips on the pass rush who got in.
He's got the ball,
and
it is recovered by the Dolphins.
And on the turnover, a short field for the Dolphins.
That's
and
huge.
Another Eagles turnover.
Wow. Wow.
Jalen has been bailing a good bit of the time out to the right. His best plays come inside the pocket.
He can't find
literally impossible, though, to watch that fumble inside the pocket and not think a little bit about the Super Bowl. That was the only bad play he had in the Super Bowl. Just too loose with it there.
I think Bradley Chubb's hand might have gotten on it first before Jalen Phillips as they met at the quarterback. Great chance with a short field for the Finns. They take over at the Eagles 23-yard
line for the Dolphins. Here we go.
Tyreek down his catcher stance. And the behind the back little move.
Tyreek
swing it to the gain of 4. They are good and they have fun, and you see it in design on the field.
Really a tight game.
Behind the back pass, watch, he's going to spin all the way around. Let's make it to Mostert.
Nice.
And he doesn't even look. Mate, you know how much practice that takes right there to just make sure that ball doesn't go right back to the Philadelphia Eagles? It takes guts, too, as a play caller to call something like that.
All right.
It's a gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
19-yard line.
Met again by Reddick. Hassan Reddick has come on fire to start this game.
So they're going to try to get outside here, but Reddick just goes right through this play. They have lead blockers. They have a crackback by Waddle on the outside, actually probably an illegal crackback there. And he's still making plays in the backfield. So far, Reddick very much dismantling this offense in that outside zone approach that they love.
Isaiah Wynn, who was injured in that last drive, is not in. Lester Cotton is in at left guard, another Alabama product. One of 12 in the game tonight. 3rd and 9. Eagles bring
throws deep.
Brought in at the 6-yard line.
Tyreek Hill.
Jalen Waddle goes up to get it.
Jalen Waddle, great catch. 2 defensive plays.
That was such a terrible route combination for the Miami Dolphins, and Tua made it work. Watch the 2 receivers. They're going to end up within about 5 yards of each other, and somehow it distracted Darius Slade just enough for Tua to be able to lob it up over the top and in.
No way. That's a good catch. All right.
Alec Ingold, the fullback in for Miami.
1st and goal. Boom. Hand off in the middle. Nowhere.
Get away from Reddick. Was he down? No whistle was blown, so I don't know if a knee came down on that first effort. He's finally stopped by Nicholas Morrow with no gain.
So far, it's been the penetration that have been the big plays by the Philadelphia Eagles. And anytime you're playing against a zone offense, you know that is the case. And I think really for Mike McDaniel, the way that thing's been sort of blown up on the outside by Reddick, he's probably thinking, all right, let's go back inside some, but there's been no space there either.
Mostert 3 carries, -8 yards.
Boom.
Fake to him.
Got the ball. Just got
Tua stops.
Throws.
Throws. Tyreek Hill retreating. Looking for space. Too many green shirts. Even the cheetah can't get by. It's a loss of 3. And full credit to Josiah Scott. Got down low. Would not let Tyreek get by him.
Mate,
I'll say one thing about Tyreek Hill. He never gives up, does he? He thought he was going to. And you're sitting there with Josiah Scott, and he's like, what the heck? But one thing you know about this league, if you make them stop like that, there's help coming.
It's like watching a basketball game, watching an ISO dribble. Defender was not going to let him get to the cup. 3rd and goal.
Third.
Empty it out for Tua.
Throws in the middle.
Touchdown, Tyreek Hill.
Touchdown. Tyreek Hill was there. Oh, but it's a flag on the field.
Flag down right by the line play.
Holding. Offense.
Oh, my
10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
It was theirs. Who's
Will
holding?
come back. Lester
L.
Cotton,
Cotton, 66.
who's in for the injured Isaiah Wynn.
Holding.
The stunt going to happen inside right here, and you'll see the hold, the hook, the takedown, and it takes a touchdown off the board.
Josh Sweat again. Got in earlier on that first drive. And the Dolphins go from 1st and goal at the 6 to 3rd and goal back at the 22.
Already a cost for Isaiah Wynn going out.
So will throw it to the sideline, incomplete. He'll try to get there. Couldn't do it. Eli Ricks, the rookie from, of course, Alabama, on the coverage. Field goal attempt coming up.
Jalen Hurts over there in sort of that intense, sort of trance-like state that he seems to like to live in. He is one intense young man. Intentional is the word that I always hear.
Jason Sanders, in his 6th year, the All-Pro in 2020.
Make it 3 and 3.
From 40 yards.
3 seconds. He kicks.
Operation good, and Sanders will draw, gets it inside the pipes.
Nicely played.
So both teams get inside.
Okay. 3 and 3. 59 seconds left. Well, it's a bit of a mad one. But the Dolphins are looking really good. Good push. But as soon as they get down that as soon as they get down to that end zone, no, they're not looking as good. The defense builds back up again. Which is pretty guttering. But there you have it. It is what it is. No. But at the moment, it's been all right so far. Not too bad. This is going to be a close game, easy. But someone's got to win. Has to win. Now we're just waiting. All right, and we are back.
Shot? That was not. No. 3-all as the Dolphins got the ball in great field position and went 7 plays and 1 yard because that touchdown got erased and the penalty problems pushed them back. Austin Scott's back, waiting for Jason Sanders' kickoff. The Eagles get set for drive number 3. Line drive kick. Scott's going to run over again. Take it out from
10,
the 1.
15, 20,
right up, Austin
25,
Scott
30,
in some space.
35,
Nice kick return
40-yard line.
to the
What a
40-yard
run.
line.
Who was
On
that?
the dead
Wow,
run, he
great
fielded it,
return run.
took it 39 yards.
39 yards.
Haven't had many chances to bring it back this year. So the Eagles get good field position. They want to take care of the ball now that they hand it back to Jalen Hurts. And Chris, that's really the story last year to this thus far.
It really is. I mean, you look at the yards, you look at the points, pretty much the same thing. But the turnovers has been the story. And of course, they basically got beat by the Jets a week ago because of those turnovers and one sort of unforced error already here tonight.
Here we go.
So bump that turnover ratio to -2 and see if Hurts, who has turned it over 9 times in these 7 games, can take care of it. DeAndre Swift doing that. Oh, beautiful move. Strong cut in front of Cater Kohu. Phillips the tackle, but a gain of 8 for Swift. Looks good.
2nd and 2.
He really does, and he's built low to the ground, about 215 pounds, and I think what surprised the Philadelphia people about him is how powerful a runner he is. He breaks a lot of tackles.
He's gone,
that little quick move there.
There we go.
Go along with the passing game we've been talking about.
Watching Julio Jones sign this week, popping in and out of the lineup. He's back in, top of the screen.
Let's get the ball.
And the slant inside. It's caught. Once again, Devontae Smith with the grab. It'll end the first quarter as the Eagles take it into Dolphins territory. Each team.
What do I think of the first quarter? Well, this is going to be a tight game. As I keep saying it before, these guys will be popping off here, there, and everywhere. But it's mad. They've both done the same thing. Eagles offense are off, and the defense are just, you know what I mean, are getting there. And as soon as they get down to the red zone, between 10, 20 yards from the red zone, the defense just comes out, and that's not on one end, that's on each end. It's crazy, absolutely crazy. But there you go. I mean, it is gonna be down to the wire, which is good. I like these sort of games. It needs to be like that. But now we're just waiting to get back in. Bloody taking ages. This is just long. Like the adverts, I can't even show the adverts or let you hear the adverts because it will block me, but this is long. Nearly there. Nearly there. Just waiting. Nearly there. Right, we're back in. We are back in.
Don't put me in motion.
I like that team, huh? They'll be fun to see in the LA Olympics, and of course we'll have
to go again. Throw to the right.
Gets the drive started. Goddard's got a couple of catches tonight. His third will take it down to the 42-yard line. Pickup of 6.
Yeah, and Dallas Goedert has been such a weapon for this Philadelphia Eagles team and Nick Sirianni for so long, but it has really been sort of driven by the outside receivers so far this year. But Vic Fangio very observant of the fact that, hey, I know what Dallas Goedert could do. I'm keeping my eye on him in this game. I think this game fits him pretty well against us.
Those 2 games have found him a little bit more. The game was 4. It's 2nd and 6. And Hurts goes right side again. It's complete. A yard short of the first down with A.J. Brown, traded from Tennessee last year. A little push at the back end of this play. They're separated. Brown's a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, and they're trying to protect these cornerbacks on the back end. Kader Kohu had a little bit of a tough day against the Buffalo Bills when he had to go and play on the outside due to some injuries. So not a lot of man-to-man. They're not going to match up against Devontae Smith and A.J. Brown. They're just going to play their zones and hope that front 4 can get there.
3rd and 1.
3rd and long yard. Kenneth Gainwell's the back. Gives to Gainwell, trying to work the right side, but Jalen Phillips, it's a couple of times he's made impact plays. Going to set up 4th down. Let's see if we are in brotherly shove territory.
Phillips right off the edge comes in to make that play. Here we go.
They're going for it.
From the whole office of the brotherly shove.
Oh, they're way over. But there's a flag coming.
It's a first down. A big push. Now the officials, the line judge and the down judge on each side, we've watched the last couple of weeks. They're watching where the alignment is of both the defensive and the offensive players. When everybody gets down close, trying to get low for leverage.
It looked like the defense was offsides just from here. We've got a pretty good angle on it.
Sirianni's team has done this so well. There you get a look at it. Hand, the neutral zone that has to be established. Helmet over the ball.
Look how low everybody is trying to get.
That's one look. Here's the call as you look at the other side.
There are fouls by both teams on the play. Offside. Defense number 92 lined up in the neutral zone. Offside. Offensive left guard. The penalty is offset. It's 4th down.
Terry McCauley, I'm going to bring you in here for a second because we have seen more offensive offsides in the last 2 weeks than we've seen in the last couple of years.
Yeah, Mike, the left guard is not offside. The hands you're seeing next to the ball belongs to the center. And he can do that. His hand can be there. The left guard is not offside. This should have just been defense offside.
Great call there, Terry. That area with the ball, that is the neutral zone. You got to keep it clean, both sides of it. And the people who try to imitate the Eagles have shown it a few times. So let's see if the Eagles go right back to it or they keep it back deep. As the push comes. And those strong legs of Jalen Hurts carried to the first down at the 35-yard line.
You know, they kind of take that play personally around here, don't they? Because they're talking about, do we have to get rid of it? It's too dangerous and all this sort of things. And we asked Jalen about it, and he said, that's all he can do. You know, other teams have tried to run it. How's it going for them, right? I mean, it's like, hey, this is something we do well, and you're going to take it away because we do it well?
Jalen Hurts, 51, 58.
Yeah, so those are on quarterback sneaks. He's so good, and the numbers on that play are in the same percentage area.
From the 35 Hurts got the ball. Hurts got the ball. Throws deep. Right. And it's no good.
Incomplete. The receiver was A.J. Brown.
2nd and 10.
I tell you, Vic Fangio is famous for basically showing you something and then it not being that at all. So almost every time at the start of the defensive play, you're going to see 2 deep safeties, sort of the corners playing a little bit deeper, and then it is on Jalen Hurts to determine what happens from there. These guys right back here, that's where they're going to start, but unlikely to finish there, although it is a long yardage situation.
Long out here playing defense on Swift. Flag is down with the hit on the quarterback. after Perry Nickerson had the deflection. Let's see what the call is. Umpire and referee discussing. Wayne Height in there chatting with Brad Allen on the flag.
Personal foul. Roughing the passer. Defense number 94. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
Christian Wilkins is flagged. It'll move the ball to the 20-yard line.
Terry, what do you say?
I say he hits him in one step. He actually pulls off with his hands. He doesn't follow through and blow up the quarterback. This just isn't enough for roughing the passer.
Two is the magic when you're counting steps, right, Terry?
It is. It is. And it's right on the edge, but he doesn't blow him up. He just puts his hands on him. Little shove, not enough for a foul.
So it takes it to the 20-yard line on first down, straight up the middle, swift. Everything's closed, and the Dolphins do a nice job. There's Andrew Van Ginkel, who had a circuitous route to get there to the National Football League as well during his career. He's in there to help make the tackle.
Yeah, and I think somebody made Christian Wilkins mad. He's sort of stomping around over there, and he is probably their best defensive player. So number 94, we'll keep an eye on him.
Lined up next to Van Ginkel here. We have 2nd and 9 coming up. 3.5 into this second quarter. Hurts to Goddard. Blocker in front. Goddard inside the 10 to the end zone. Touchdown.
Open. Why did you leave him open?
The tackle, Jordan Mailata, paved the path, and Goddard gives the Eagles the lead.
Oh, it's so painful when you get caught in a blitz. Both linebackers, so there's no pursuit at all. And keep your eye on Jordan Mailata, the left tackle,
he was
out
so
in front,
open.
leading the way. That
No one
big
covered
guy
him.
can move in the open field. Just perfectly called play that time by Brian Johnson of the Eagles.
So the offensive coordinator dials it up. Snap well handled. It was a little bit low. Jake Elliott knocks through the extra point. First touchdown of the.
Well, Dallas was well open. No one covered him. Hurts got the ball. There's Dallas. Throws to the left. Cool. What's going on here? That's not a good play for the Dolphins. Not good protection there at all. Very, very shocked. Unbelievable. You couldn't make that up if you tried. Very stupid. Well, is what it is. Now we're just waiting for the adverts to come back on. We're just taking a while. No. November 14th, 993, launch years, 325th win. Dolphins 19, Eagles 14. Okie dokie. back in.
Oh, yeah, I remember that one well.
Do you? Do you know why? You did the game.
Well, that's why I knew I had some recollection. Who's that handsome guy over there?
The great Tom Hammond.
Tom Hammond, I love it.
One of your many partners over the years. I was wondering if you remember that you did that game.
You know, about half of it.
Right, here we go.
Braxton Berrios going to take it
10,
from the goal
15,
line, and Berrios
20,
hits it with
25,
speed
30.
across the 30 to the 34-yard line. Let's go downstairs to Melissa.
Mike, a couple of injury updates. You talked about this Dolphins offensive line playing without left guard Isaiah Wynn. He is back in the locker room. He's officially questionable with a quad injury. And also, Jalen Waddle came over after their last drive complaining about his back to the athletic trainer. They put on an electric heating pad. He wore that during the Eagles' last entire drive, just took it off, and is back in the game.
All right, Melissa, we'll keep an eye on Waddle, who has a couple of catches already. Tyreek Hill has 4. There's nothing going on the ground for the Dolphins so far. It's Savon Ahmed trying here and adding to the nothing on the ground. Milton Williams inside and Jordan Davis for second down.
Man, I tell you, they are destroying this #1 ranked rushing offense. Watch these guys in here. They're just owning the line of scrimmage. Big Jordan Davis, and he was okay a year ago, but what we've seen out of him so far this year is an extraordinary step in year 2.
See how bad it was in the opening quarter. Ahmed was credited with a yard. Now Tua will fake it and throw it. And Hill somehow caught that.
So nearly
The building
intercepted.
thought James Bradbury was going to dance in the end zone for a touchdown. It's a gain. It sets up 3rd and 3.
James Bradbury's been playing really well.
Tua throws deep left to Hill.
Almost.
Covered by, who's that, 24 of the defense. He really got that ball. Oh, it's through his hands.
Here we go. Ordinarily, you think, all right, the Dolphins may well run the ball here, but they've been so ineffective, I think they almost have to throw it.
It's Berrios in motion this time, and Tua looking, comes towards Berrios, well covered. Darius Slay was right there, and nothing was open on the short routes. And that's a 3 and out here for Miami. Sean Desai, the new defensive coordinator this year with the Eagles, has limited Miami to 14 plays and 36 yards to start this game.
Great call that time by Desai right there. They had the trap coverage on the outside, made it look like man, spun off the cornerback Slay. He made the play.
Bad first kick from Jake Bailey, 31 yards. Bernard Covey awaits. This a much better kick. It will go all the way, but out of the end zone, a touchback. So the gross is 59, but it just nets 39.
Mate. What's going on there? So at the moment, a very slow start for the Dolphins. Don't know what's going on there, but it ain't good, I know that much. Very, very bad. iPhone 15 Pro on us. Titanium. No, we're just waiting. Just waiting. Come on. Bloody adverts. But yeah, slow start in the second quarter for the Dolphins. Need to get on it. Need to get ready. Nearly there. Tomorrow, the Vikings game. Niners and Vikings, I will be streaming that. And then Thursday Night Football on Prime, we've got the Buccaneers and Bills.
I went out there today, sent the family a selfie. They're like, okay, did you walk up, Dad? I'm like, yeah, maybe I did. The 20-yard line, Eagles take over. It is 10-3, Philadelphia. 103 yards so far for the Eagles. Gives it to Swift on first down. This Miami defense has played okay up front, stopping for almost no gain.
Yeah, and they're trying to do some things with their pulling game as well. I mean, the Philadelphia Eagles just so good at this stuff, and they'll turn Kelsey back to the backside, pull the guard out and around. But so far, really, both these teams have done a pretty nice job stopping the run here, and these are the two best teams in the league.
Eagles 13 runs, 32 yards. Hurts gets it out quick. Against Brown. Physically strong. A.J. Brown right at the mark. 30-yard line and close to a first down and slow to get up.
A.J. Brown, when he gets finished running, usually it's the defender who's slow to get up. He is quite the physical presence on the outside. Looked like he got hit right underneath the chin there as he spun around.
Sean Elliott. Check on Brown. It is a first down at the 30-yard line.
Oh, it was a first down. It was injured.
And Swift in the inside, tagged by David Long again. Gain of a couple of yards.
Boy, David Long's been coming down off that backside, hasn't he? And there's A.J. Brown. But this is really turning, go figure, right? Of course, this is going to be a defensive battle here so far. These defenders came out, I think they were a little sick of hearing about how great these offenses were. They've been playing.
One team averaging 500 yards, one team around 400. Statement made so far.
They really haven't gotten after these corners yet, and even the slot.
Let's get the full throw.
And there's Julio Jones at the 35-yard line. That'll be a gain of about 3.
Julio Jones is in the mix now.
It's got to feel good when you've been a visitor so many times, including in some big playoff games when he's terrific with the Falcons. Your name and they cheer in Philadelphia.
Yeah. 13,000 yards, 903 catches, now 4. And he's playing in Philly with a chance for a ring.
He's in Tampa last year, trying to chase that ring. Here comes the pressure from the Dolphins on third down. First look is closed.
And he's on the run. And he's going for it. And he's going for a first.
The 41-yard line gets hit on the sideline by Van Ginkel as well. And there's a flag down in the secondary.
But there's a flag. Where's the flag?
Holding. Defense, number 33. 5-yard penalty at the end of the play. First down.
It's Eli Apple, and that is flag number 5 on Philadelphia. None on Miami, none on Philly so far.
Yeah, and this is a great job here by Jalen Hurts. He got Van Ginkel to show the blitz. He backed back out of it, but they were able to slide the line over to the right side there. And because they had it picked up, it forced Eli Apple to cover longer on the back end, leading to the first down.
And first down for the Eagles, only 2 for Miami. Now Gainwell, and he beats the other linebacker, Jerome Baker, talking about the Buckeyes before. 3rd-round pick out of Ohio State back in 2018.
Boy, these defenders are on their toes. Watch the little move here to jump back into the other gap and make this tackle. So it's really weird, Mike. We're seeing the Eagles, who like to run inside, now testing outside, and just the opposite for the Miami Dolphins because nothing's working.
2nd and 9.
Throws.
By the right side. The contact still. Devontae Smith holds on. The 2020 Heisman winners got it at the 41-yard line of the Dolphins. Gain of 13.
Yeah, had a little hamstring, did Devontae Smith, but
Mate,
the pair of receivers, really on both these teams in this game, the amount of speed that they can show just forces Kader Kahu, who is not used to playing outside on that edge, to give him a little respect and a little space.
Xavier Howard out. Jalen Ramsey still out. They hope to get him back soon. Return to practice this week. Run to the right for Gainwell, just a yard. One more time. It's long, and it's Wilkins, and it's an attitude as well from the Miami front.
It really is, and I'm sure both these coaches are scratching their heads a little bit. Mike McDaniel, who ordinarily just dominates the C-gap, you know, the off-tackle edge, and generally Philadelphia dominates the inside running game, and really this is fun for me to watch. You know, when guys, sometimes they just hear it enough. Step up and make plays.
2nd and 9 as Hurts gets hit.
Oh my
hold on. Just a limited gain. A couple of times that ball was in harm's way. Bradley Chubb had the pressure, but Devontae Smith able to secure it. And it's not a turnover, but a gain of 4.
Watch the contact on Hurts here. He is going to get hit from behind by Chubb. I couldn't see who the defensive tackle was. Maybe Wilkins got him at about the same time on the front side. And what a play by Smith to just hang in there with that one. That was a shot, though, on Hurts.
And the strength of Hurts still able to get that pass out. So 3rd and 6. Field goal from here is about 54 yards. They're going to run Gainwell inside. And he will only get to the 33. It'll shorten the field goal distance to 51 if they so choose. Let's see what Nick Sirianni will do. He's going to send A.J. Brown and Julio Jones back out there and at least line up to go for it with 4 minutes left here before halftime.
Yeah, I'll have to see this one. Although going for a run on 3rd down makes you think they had to get a late substitution off from Van Ginkel.
They brought one on, had to bring one off. They've got 11 out there. 4th and 3, gonna go for it with Hurts.
Oh, got to get caught.
Chased
by
Chubb.
He's running out to the right. He throws it. Oh, brilliant. Touchdown. Oh,
for the touchdown. What a play by Hurts. Check the replay, make sure he broke the plane before the knee came down. See, hand down, butt
elbow down,
short.
Yeah, just short. But if anything personifies.
After further review, the receiver was down short of the goal line. It will be 1st and goal at the 1/2.
If anything personifies what Jalen Hurts is all about, he got hurt on the play before. Clearly, like a fighter, had to kind of shake it off, but unlike a fighter who maybe just protects himself for a little while, right back into the fray and makes the play of the game so far.
Barry Nickerson on the back end, pulling down Julio Jones just a yard short of the touchdown. It's 1st and goal inside the 1, and we'll see if the Eagles give it to Gainwell or they just go with the brotherly shove play.
And Mike, it's just so difficult to ask backup players in the secondary to cover the initial play, okay.
Yeah.
But when you're scrambling and you have 5 or 6 seconds, almost no way.
They were going to go for it. They're going to throw it.
From the 1, Hurts pushing forward. The leader in quarterback runs for touchdown in the NFL. Adding to it with another one.
Hurts is touchdown.
Watch the patience here of Jalen Hurts. He's not going crazy. He knows the push is coming, right? And you got guys jumping over the top. What is that going to do? It doesn't do anything. They just patiently, methodically go about their business on that play. They stay lower than everybody else on that play, and they just can't stop it.
You know who I think of on that play? Jason Kelce, the center. He's got like the weight of a car on him. He's got 3,000 pounds. He's at the very bottom of that pile, and guys are jumping on the whole deal. He's got 3,000. His brother's catching 12 balls for 179 yards, and he's down there with 3,000 pounds of people on the goal line.
Who's his brother again? Oh, no.
Him, he's with her. Extra point for Jake Elliott. And the Eagles extend the power of Philadelphia, and
not looking good for the Dolphins on the offense, but Hurts is just unreal, man. Really, really, really good. Absolutely brilliant. I mean, this Hurts just coming out of the pocket, nearly got caught, but not close enough. Rides up, open guy, perfect. Just really, really good offensive team. Now we're just waiting. Just waiting. Don't know how long we got to wait, mind you, but we got to wait. But yeah, not looking good so far for the start of the Dolphins. But hey ho, we'll see what happens when it comes up on their side. Alright, so now we're back on it. We're just waiting. Don't know how long it's taken ages. Sorry that if I am yawning. Big long shift at work, but see how this goes. Okay. Slowly back in.
Eagles on top. And a lot of noise coming from this end of town here over the last few weeks. With the Phillies running their Red October and the Eagles off to a great start. This is a Dolphins team that averages 8 yards per play. They only have 36 yards with 3 minutes till halftime. Braxton Berrios back for the kickoff. Shorter one's going to take it up to 6. Nice return last time. Berrios shy of the 30-yard line. So this has been a great start for the Miami offense.
Bloody music. Bloody hell. Here we go.
Has maintained that for a season, and you see why. Sometimes you come up against a good defense, and it's not as easy. Jeff Wilson is in the game, just activated this week. Tyreek Hill takes it on the edge, and he'll run to the 33-yard line. Melissa, what about his running mate?
Yes, well, we told you that Jalen Waddle was complaining about his back when the Dolphins just came off the field last time. He got down on his knees in pain. He was helped into the medical tent. He was in there for quite some time. When they tried to bring him out, he yelled in pain. They got the heating pad, and then you can see him there walking into the locker room where he remains now. He is officially questionable with that back injury.
It's a huge injury for Miami, short and long term. The athletic trainers look at him. Fletcher Cox, the Eagles' terrific veteran, his 12th year in the league, on a knee back at the 25-yard line.
I tell you, it is hard to watch a little bit, this Miami offense that you got so used to flying up and down the field. And so far, Philadelphia has really just overwhelmed them.
Looking on the back of the left leg of Fletcher Cox as they examine him, and he gets up and walks off. Here's the injury.
Oh, tripped the leg.
Contacted there by the leg of Austin Jackson, the right tackle. With the numbers part of that veteran core on the defensive side. The offensive side, Lane Johnson and Jason Kelsey and all of their experience. You said it at the open, Chris. Best combo of offensive and defensive lines. And a lot centered in those two rooms around those veterans. Throw backwards pass this time to keep Cedric Wilson alive to throw. But he's brought down. Back to the 25. Josh Sweat has had a terrific first half. Wipes the sweat off his brow. There's a flag right back by where the tackle was made. It's a loss of 7 if it stands.
Whoa. I don't know what led to it, but Jalen Carter, number 98, went right to the face mask of one of the Dolphins players well after that was over. Now, he might have been reacting.
With Austin Jackson
after the
again.
Play was over. There were fouls by both teams. Personal foul, 98 defense. Personal foul, 73 offense. The penalty is offset.
And that's where you just have to be under control, because if Austin Jackson doesn't swing back, I think they get their first down and they're moving. It is so difficult, though. As good as this Eagles defensive line is, when you're up there basically with 3 backups playing left tackle, left guard, and center, it's pretty tough.
Left guard going out earlier, Isaiah Wynn, so the flag's offset. It goes to 3rd down, the loss by Wilson. That's the 2nd sack he's taken in his career. He's been a perfect passer before. Movement up front. On Miami.
False start. Offense, number 66. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
You know, my gut feeling about the Miami Dolphins was they haven't really played a tough schedule, right? And they needed a game like this environment. Coming into Philadelphia with this crowd and this physical bunch on the defensive side, they needed to see something like this.
We're up in the 20.
Go on.
Protected.
Long.
Deep downfield.
Oh, cool.
What a second foot down by Wilson.
Wilson Jr.
Cedric Wilson got the second foot down just over midfield in Eagles territory at the 2-minute warning.
What a catch. Perfect. Jeff Wilson Jr. come out of injury to come back in and does that. Unreal. Absolutely unreal. Couldn't make it up. Alright, so now we're just waiting. That's a good comeback though by the Dolphins. Now we're just waiting once again to get the game start and running. Flipping out is just long-winded. These bleeding adverts are just long-winded. I don't know why, because I just can't stick to the bloody just to the game, or talk about the game or something. All right, back in. Here we go.
Yard line, Miami with a big play because they were about to give the ball back to the Eagles. Could have gone maybe 3 scores up. Now the Dolphins keep this drive alive. Braxton Berrios with the catch. Circles around. Good move by Berrios to get to the 43-yard line. Gain extra yardage out of it.
Who knows? Maybe a little no-huddle offense here will wake this team up as they don't do it. So they won't wake them up.
But you know what's interesting? Without Jalen Waddle, people have to step up, right? Because all the focus is on Tyreek. Look at those last 2 catches, Wilson and Berrios.
But the problem is you don't have anybody to clear the field with the speed that Jalen Waddle has.
2nd and 3. Minute 16 left in the half. Tua throwing again. Tyreek to the 29-yard line. And a first down on the gain of 15.
I do enjoy watching Tua throw the ball a la Joe Montana, where he hits that back foot, doesn't take that hitch step, and gets it in there on time.
So again,
more timeouts left for the Dolphins. Touched by Loa, throws complete to Jeff Wilson. His first catch to the 25. What a throw.
So Joe Montana won a lot of Super Bowls doing exactly this. Hitting that back foot, not letting the defender react in time at all. And you see what the speed of Tyreek Hill does. It just forces people off. So if you get that kind of timing out of your quarterback, it's just really easy to complete those passes. Maybe now they're just going, you know what? Running game's not working. Let's go. Let's go to work with our passing game.
Here we go. Got the ball.
2nd and 6. Tua, first look not there, and he is brought down as the pressure came from Nolan Smith, the rookie from Georgia, who's taken the back end of the first round. Hasn't played as much, but continues to work into a role here. Timeout taken with 44 seconds to go.
Bringing that pressure off the edge right over here, and I'll tell you, as fast as the offense is for the Miami Dolphins, they have that kind of speed out of the University of Georgia playing for them as well. Kobe Dean, Nolan Smith, they used to be roommates at the University of Georgia. They probably play the fight song every night before they go to, who knows. But this is a team loaded with Georgia Bulldogs, and you see a little bit of why they took him this year in that first round.
Only 39 snaps that he's played so far, but you talk to the folks around the Eagles, and they say you can feel his speed. He had an injury at the start of camp, rounding into form, and a player you'll probably see more of situationally as the year goes on. 3rd and 8. Tua fires left side for the end zone. Tyreek Hill,
brilliant
touchdown.
by Tyreek Hill. That
the
is
timing
the
of
best.
Tua and Tyreek do it again, and Miami gets back in it at 17-9.
It's one thing to beat one of the best cornerbacks in football in James Bradbury. This was double coverage. He had support from the safety. They were going to bracket him, and he ran right past both of them. Terrell Edmonds as well. He's played for a long time with Pittsburgh. There is no way to calculate what it's like to play against Tyreek Hill. Bill Belichick, what did he do? He would start receivers 3 or 4 yards downfield to try and simulate it. You can't.
Jason Sanders. And it's a one-score game, so Miami took some time off the clock. That's big.
With 39 seconds on the clock, mate, 10-17. These guys are on it. Good, about time. Tyreek Hill, Jeff Wilson Jr. It's a good bunch, man. It's a good bunch. Good bunch. 10-17. Well. That's really, really, really good. Now we just gotta wait, but that's not bad at all. That's really, really good. I like that. So they're still in it. The Dolphins are still in it. Not too bad at all. No. That's not too bad at all. Well, like I said, Tyreek Hill, Jeff Wilson Jr., they're on it. They're not stupid. They've got it covered. Fair play. Just a waiting game. Alright, we're back in.
To those in harm's way, Jeffrey Lurie, Chairman, CEO of the Philadelphia Eagles. His wife Tina next to him there. It's been an emotional time for so many as they've watched the events in the Middle East. We keep everyone in our thoughts and prayers. Sanders the kick. Touchback. Chris, take us not back, but back.
Do you remember this play at all? This was the national championship throw. This was the one that became so famous, and you see Tua looking right, turning without even really spying the receiver and throwing the ball. Jalen Hurts runs across the field to greet him. This one happened almost the exact same way. A hard look to the right, split the double coverage.
Perfect.
And Jalen Hurts not quite as excited about it.
Great call there. Devontae Smith brought it in the national championship game. Tua replaced Jalen. Out from the 25, Jalen's back on the field in some trouble here. And he'll go down as Jalen Phillips comes up with the sack. And it's not endearing yourself to the fans of Philadelphia. But Phillips gets his first full sack of the season. Getting him back in the lineup is big. And Nick Sirianni sees the sack. And even though there's 3 timeouts, they take this one to the locker room.
If Jalen Phillips gets back to his form, it is going to be a real problem trying to pass protect against the Miami Dolphins long term because of what they've been getting out of Andrew Van Ginkel and Bradley Chubb.
No doubt. That'll take it to the half. So that big completion to midfield on 3rd down kept the Dolphins alive. They scored, stopped the Eagles with that sack, and they get the ball for the second half. Here's Melissa with Mike McDaniel.
Thanks, Mike. Okay, Mike,
I'll let that go. I'm going to go for a quick break, and I'll come back before the 3rd quarter, so stay tuned.
as the Eagles are there. Kelly Green is set to kick it off. Jake Elliott,
we're back in
Braxton Berrios, who's had a couple of good returns tonight. And on the run, he takes this one. And Berrios to the 28-yard line.
So how does Tua do it? Well, he hits spots and he anticipates throws. Look how far out in front he has to aim to get to Tyreek Hill right there. Jalen Waddle on the other side. 2 receivers in the same spot. Who cares? Just drop it in right over the top. No problem at all. And then the best one of all, Cedric Wilson. Watch the catch at the end of that. That was the play that really jump-started this offense. Gave Tyreek Hill a chance to score the touchdown, and they are back in this game.
And a massive play. That was 3rd and 18 right before the 2-minute warning. The Eagles are going to get the ball back up 14. Trying to find a run game. They do it with a toss. Mostert only going to get a couple of yards. Reddick again. Down to Melissa.
Mike, Jalen Hurts was the last player to come out of the locker room at the half. I asked Nick Sirianni how he was doing after he took a couple of big hits. He said he's okay. He's in complete control. I need him to be that way for another half. I asked about the Dolphins coming alive at the end of the first half. He said we knew that was going to happen at some point. It's a physical game. We have to keep hitting, keep playing physical.
And we'll watch that, Melissa, when Hurts comes back out. Chris had pointed it out at the end of the half before his long pass downfield. He was injured on a run. Tua will throw, and it's complete to Hill once again. Tyreek to the 47-yard line. It's like all the guys are trying to chase him, and the fastest guy on the playground cannot be caught.
Watch Tua again, and I can't emphasize this enough. He hits that back foot and throws it to a spot. He is not watching the route that Tyreek Hill is running. He knows against this defense where that spot is. You see where Tyreek Hill slowed down? That's the window that he knew Tua was going to hit.
That's a little bit of what Mike McDaniel was telling us yesterday about the way he's playing and that special quality of the anticipation. The 46 fake with Mostert trying to get him to the edge with his speed this way, and by alignment, they get Mostert to the side where he's been doing some damage, and a good pickup.
Yeah, and it's really sort of taking some gimmicks to get something going in the running game. Mike, I mean, we've been talking about this all week, right? This is a football team that is going to run in what they call the C gap, which is right at where the tight end would line up. And on either side, that's where they're trying to get to. And so far, Hassan Reddick has just made that play a nightmare for the Dolphins.
Reddick 7 over there outside the tight end, Smythe 81. They go to the other side, and Mostert, and he'll get the first down with some tough yards. We haven't called Zach Cunningham, the linebacker, who made that play. But the Dolphins keep this drive going with a first down.
Well, and the other thing that it's doing, we were talking about the fact that they've got some substitute players on the back end, and Sidney Brown, Terrell Edmonds, Josiah Scott. But you can see these guys, they're way back there. So if you can just hit a couple of running plays and go, come on, guys, come on up here, join the game. Now, all of a sudden, you get the one-on-ones you're looking for.
You're about 15 yards back, and you're thinking to yourself, wouldn't you be if Tyreek Hill's speed is coming at you? Play action. Tua comes back to the second option, and nothing there. Savon Ahmed chopped down, and Hassan Reddick is having an excellent football game.
Nicholas Moreau that time said, I've seen enough of this stinking window right here. I know where it is. I got to get to right there. He did. Tua wanted to throw it into that window. It was filled up, so he comes down, checks it down, and does not throw the interception, which he could have easily done.
You see Reddick, who's been in the backfield dropping in coverage. He said when he got to Arizona, was drafted high, and they made him play linebacker inside off the ball, he learned how to drop in coverage. So now when he does it, he's comfortable doing it. Hill. Got a block from Hill, his tight end, against the first down. There's a flag down. Julian Hill was the tight end blocking on the edge. It's going to come back with the Dolphins hold.
Holding. Offense, number 89.
Oh, come on now.
10-yard penalty. Second down.
And they got the rookie out of Campbell. Another penalty on the Dolphins. Eagles with none so far tonight.
Well, it's pretty easy to see now what they're trying to do. Frank Smith, the offensive coordinator, and Mike McDaniel, I think they've just assumed now with those 3 offensive linemen out up front, they're not going to be able to dominate inside the way they typically have. So they're really playing a wide game now.
Tua throwing sideline. Incomplete. Ahmed on the run, trying to drop it in with that timing that we talked about earlier. And Edmonds coming up for the safety position. Just got in the way to make it tougher.
Tell you, they had that one, the little wheel route down the boundary, which they love to throw. Definitely had a chance. You're going to see right there James Bradbury step up, and they get right in behind him in that 2-deep hole. Just missed it.
Also on that snap, Chase Claypool was on the field. Traded for him from Chicago earlier this year, active for the first time tonight. Jalen Waddle remains out. Dak bothering him earlier. The fake to Berrios, the screen to the other side. Mostert cannot get away from Cunningham. And the linebacker comes up with the stop at the 45 to pick up a 6. But Miami's forced to punch it away.
Yeah, and that was a big play because you saw Philadelphia, they had everybody about 15 yards deep. They weren't going to give up the first down. So you go screen pass, great. Let's get a great athlete out in space with a blocker in front. Really, we're hoping for better than that, but Josh Sweat was the one that initially ran it down, then Cunningham followed.
First 6 games, Jake Bailey had only 14 punts. This one's going to come from 5 yards farther back.
Start. Offense, number 22. 5-yard penalty. 4th down.
As Elijah Campbell is called for the flag. And there's a couple of things, Chris. You talked about coming in here, big-time atmosphere. Good team takes stuff away, so the coaches got to adjust. But you're going to learn you can't have 8 penalties in the first 35 minutes of a big-time game and expect to be there when it matters. Britton Covey awaits. Bailey hangs it high. And this one's perfect. Out of bounds inside the 10, right around the 5-yard line.
Gutted for the Dolphins. They're moving up. But they're just going to move up anymore. So now the Eagles are going to go for it. Very tight game. But we'll find out more as time goes on. See what Jalen Hurts can do. Here we go. Back in.
Many think a future Hall of Famer at that tackle spot. Jalen Phillips, once the #1 recruit in the country out of high school. A lot of talent on this field. Long field for Philadelphia, taking over from the 5-yard line. Zone end zone. Hurts completes it to A.J. Brown, who was banged up in the first half as well. Gator Coe throws him out of the 15 along with Deshaun Elliott right at the first down marker.
I'll tell you, Jalen Hurts is doing a nice job with his snap count back there, because what's happening is they're showing a few of these blitzes. So when he goes to that hard count and they show the blitz off of that side, they really had some one-on-one opportunities. They did the check down and took the easy one. But if you keep showing that you're going to be single high with these two guys on the outside, they're going to take some shots down the field.
They're stopping the game to make sure Hurts knows it's second down. It looked like it was a first down. It was announced in the stadium it was a first down. They started to move the chains. So, no, wait a minute. It's just short. And they wanted to stop it, so Jalen Hurts knew it was 2nd and 1 and not first down, as the initial indication was. So that is all straightened out. Repump the play clock to 25 seconds. And it's 2nd and inches. DeAndre Swift, the running back. 31 yards in the first half. 3 or 4 here, and it's a first down. Out to the 18-yard line.
You know, Mike, the defense that Miami is showing pre-snap would say, don't take deep shots, right? But what's happening is they're moving and changing so much post-snap that there are going to be some opportunities. That time you saw Javon Holland come flying down out of there. At some point, some kind of play-action pass and use your speed on the outside to try and make a play. You can't let this pre-snap look here scare you out of some plays.
Fake with the pressure up the middle, getting away from David Long, and Hurts goes down, losing a couple of yards back of the 15-yard line.
I tell you, David Long goes so fast by people. Suapeta on that one. You know, they do that little double team out, going to help your guy and try and then get off. But watch Long, he's by him so fast he can't even adjust back. They've been doing that their whole lives and almost just pulled off there of not having a holding call.
Talked about this earlier this week. The Miami defense is going to get people back and start to round into form. We're seeing a little bit of what they can be here tonight. 2nd and 13. Throwing on the edge. Swift. Has good receiving numbers last week. Christian Wilkins retraces his steps to make the tackle. We talk about the guys who are coming back. There's Jalen Ramsey, trade from the Rams, injures his meniscus at the start of the season. That window open to get him ready. 3 weeks to let him practice and get going. How'd he do in practice this week? Pretty well.
They're fired up to have him back. He's one of those not just difference makers with his physical play, but you see what he's doing. He's coaching the guys over there on the sideline. And when he gets on the field, he's going to be coaching out there. Xavier Howard taking this one off as well tonight because of that groin injury. So they are down their 2 best.
And hanging in there with the Eagles halfway through the 3rd. Bringing 5 underneath. The throw is incomplete. That was a good job of Eli Apple, who's been more involved than he otherwise would have been this year. Getting in there in coverage, and after 1 first down, Philly kicks it away.
Big time play by Apple because they brought pressure. This is just one-on-one against one of the most dynamic receivers in the league, and he got it done. Probably a little early, but no flag, no foul, right, Terry? That's all that matters.
First punt of the night for Braden Mann, who's become the punter for the Eagles after Aaron Siposs started the year. Man, the last 3 years,
kicking away, mate. The Eagles ain't done nothing. The Dolphins have done nothing. And the Dolphins do it again.
Berrios from the 20. Good return. He is a really talented kickoff and punt returner. 16 there. It gives the Dolphins nice field position.
This is going to be a tight game throughout. I keep saying it. It's going to be a mad one. The Dolphins are very slowly getting up there. Very slowly. But they're getting there. No. Well, at the moment, it has been a 50-50 battle here and there. Hasn't been too bad, but it's just been a 50-50 battle. We're just waiting. This is the longest wait going. Flipping heck. Are we in?
4 yards. Tyreek, that following everywhere. The number 10. Star player in the league, living up to it again this season. Raheem Mostert got to the edge.
Going.
Across midfield. Into Eagles territory and running hard to the 43-yard line.
Mate.
So that running game, absent in the first half, coming to life here with a gain of 21.
Yeah, and I think a little bit of this was because they finally ended up with Hassan Reddick out of the game. Brandon Graham's in there, and they were able to get the corner turn that time. And so maybe they're just looking around, and if number 7's not in there, then we're going to go ahead and run it.
Who's on it?
Minus rushing yard total in the first half, -7. With 35 yards already on the ground in the second half. Mostert left, they're still out there blocking for. And a first down as they are finding ways to get what you were talking about. They don't get to the outside deal. Now they're finding ways to get there. Here's Melissa.
Yeah, Mike, the Eagles were the first team ever to sign Raheem Mostert in 2015 and the first of many to release him. He keeps a list of the 6 teams that cut him and the dates in the notes section on his phone. I asked, how often do you look at it? His reply, very often. He said, whenever I play the Eagles, I have extra motivation, especially the way he's playing now. He could not wait for tonight.
And in year 9 in the league, Melissa, Mike McDaniel told us last night, he's defying the traditional lifespan of a running back. Low tread on the tire, still has his speed. Tyreek Hill and his speed always present, but a good catch there to the 23-yard line. His 11th catch of the night. And Waddle's trying to get ready to get back in here.
That's the magical combination, those two, and due in large part to the fact that they're both so fast. One of them will sprint right down the middle of the field, and then the other one's going to come in behind. Anybody else sprinting like that doesn't clear the amount of space that those two guys do. So one without the other just isn't as good.
2nd and 5, Ingold, the fullback, is blocking on the left for Salvon Ahmed. Gains a yard. 4th year in the league out of Washington. He was with the 49ers. Mostert was with the 49ers. Jeff Wilson, the other back, was with the 49ers. Remember, Mike McDaniel was the running game coordinator with the 49ers.
And it was a couple of big Raheem Mostert games that kind of put Mike McDaniel as the running game coordinator on the map.
Right.
So here's 3rd down, and Mike McDaniel understands fully if he likes what he's seeing out of this running game, because they've been cracking back with some of these receivers to get the edge out there. Maybe he's willing to run it twice here.
Mostert out. Ahmed the back. The 21, Tua throwing complete on the run, and then fumbled by Hill. Let's see if it's a catch. He goes to try to recover it. Berrios can't fall on it, but it's an incomplete pass.
Ruling on the field is an incomplete pass.
That was happening fast.
Perfectly timed. It was perfectly timed. But I've seen this happen before when you have to lean forward when you're going that fast. Not that I ever have. But you do that, and you think you've got it caught, and then you're trying to put the thing away and also look at the safety to try and make a cut, and all of a sudden it's gone. The amount your arms are used to moving and pumping when you're running like that, and it just got away.
It's fourth down. Hills out. The analytics agree with the McDaniel decision here to go for it.
Go on.
From the 21, Tua clutches, throws back, incomplete, looking for the flag on Cedric Wilson. The Dolphin bench is enraged that there was no call as Wilson tried to come back to the ball. McDaniel furious on the sideline.
The question is, was the face mask grabbed? There was certainly...
Have a look. No.
Contact.
Yes, it was played. It was, yep. It was grabbed. Terrible. That is a bit of cheating, that. Alright, so at the moment the Dolphins are looking really good. But as soon as it gets close to the end zone, a flop is always made. So now we're waiting. NASCAR Cup Series playoffs round of 8 after Miami.
2 weeks away to Phoenix for the finale of the 2023 NASCAR season on NBC. Get back to that play momentarily. First, Hurts taking and throwing past the...
Intercepted! Intercepted by the Dolphins! Touchdown! No way!
The deflection
Brilliant.
by Peter Cohu. Baker was there, and the Dolphins get a touchdown.
Unbelievable.
So Cater Cohu, who is used to being in the slot, and what do the slots typically do? They bring pressure. They bring that slot blitz.
Brilliant.
He's used to doing it. He times it perfectly and understands that he's just got to get his hands up. And who would have thunk
giving it to the Dolphins?
The defense
who does that?
of the Miami Dolphins
Terrible
is
by
leading
her.
the comeback
Terrible.
now.
Crazy. Baker takes it in. His second career touchdown, had a pick 6 in his rookie year in the league. Extra point is added by Jason Sanders, and just like that.
What the bloody hell? What the bloody hell was that? So Hurts has the ball. And as he gets it, the slot from the defense of the Miami, the slot just comes in. And as one guy of the offense passes him, he throws it. And it comes off someone's hand straight into the Dolphins' hands. Bizarre. What a bizarre way. Unreal. Now it's all level again. That is one bizarre play. Unbelievable. You couldn't make it up if you tried. Now we're just waiting for these bleeding adverts to go. Back in. Oh, flipping her up the music and everything.
In Los Angeles football.
Back in 4 minutes, 2 seconds.
At 70 Eastern time.
Only 8 seconds.
Well, this one has changed. 17 apiece. And the Dolphins defense, coordinated by Vic Fangio, has come up with some big momentum changes in this game. No return from Boston Scott. Eagles get it at the 25. Chris, let's go back a couple of plays ago first.
Are you going to call it, Mike, a little karma? So here it is. The face mask that was not called, that should have been called, that would have been a first down. I'll let Terry explain it a little bit further in a minute. Second look, no question about it. Ball thrown, would have been pass interference. Right there, could not get back to it.
And then on the very next play, the ball in the hands of Jalen Hurts and get the interception for the Dolphins. It's tied at 17. Hurts, a lot of pressure now, looking to take off, and does. Good run, 2 Dolphins down in the secondary as Hurts runs. He'll be given 12 yards as he slides at the 37. And the Dolphins athletic training staff out to look at the 2 players.
Both Dolphins fans, both Dolphins are down.
The coverage, Hurts taking off.
Oh,
they ran so often on these crossing routes, and that is basically helmet to helmet with 2 of their better players. That's Javon Holland. That's David Long, who we've been talking about all night.
So the athletic training staff checking on them, and we'll step out here in Philly.
Mate, that's mad. What a helmet-to-helmet contact. Let's run into each other. Nuts. Well, helmet to helmet with your own team, that's nutty. No, we're just waiting. We're just taking long. Very, very long. We're back in.
Been walked off without assistance, so we'll get a check on them from the athletic training staff. You see, Long there has had a big game so far on the sideline. Very fortunate to see both players walk off. They'll do a little further check on him on the sideline. Hurts did run and gained 12 for the first down, so Philly continues here from the 37-yard line.
Oh, here we go again. 3 minutes.
17-3 with 3 minutes left in the second quarter. And that's evaporated here. The Hurts turnovers continue to be a story. First down. Hurts throws on the run. It is complete for the first down inside the 40-yard line as he connects with Devontae Smith.
And the plays that are really eating up this Miami defense are the ones in which Jalen Hurts is buying a little bit of time, forcing these defenders to cover that extra second and a half. Because Jalen Hurts is going to move around in the pocket, and he at least presented that he can run and will run on that previous drive. So we'll see if that continues to help this offense.
The 38-yard line. Up again and throwing complete for the gain of 8. More time A.J. Brown. So Brown comes up with his 5th catch. Smith has 4 on the other side. And this passing offense running through Goddard, Brown, and Smith as usual. 13 of the 16 completions.
Yeah, and they're doing a lot of different things. Dropping defensive ends. They're doing a lot to try and fool Jalen, but they're not fooling him. And the fewer people that they're rushing, Mike, the more he's moving around and creating those big plays that have really been the difference makers in this game.
Second down, Swift looking for it opening. Dolphins string it out. He's got the first down. Did a nice job to find the space before Christian Wilkins brings him down.
It's really a pretty good read that time by DeAndre Swift, wasn't it? It was all piled up in there, and he showed some of the speed to get back to the outside. This is Philadelphia Eagles football. They have longer drives than anybody in the National Football League, and you're seeing how it wears down a defense.
On the 30-yard line.
From the 27, Hurts to Swift. The open field.
Oh, he's open.
Move to get past Baker. They get to the 24-yard line. He's just making sure that Baker saw him after he went past him.
I mean, Baker broke down beautifully on that play, and it just didn't matter. This is when it gets a little ugly for a linebacker. Oh, that hurts.
Swift is high school football right here in the Philly area. 5 minutes north of the link. St. Joe's Prep. He and Olamide Zacchaeus, the slot receiver. High school teammates in Philly reunited here in Philadelphia.
24-yard line.
7. Hurts throwing to Zacchaeus. It was off his foot. And incomplete. Almost off the foot, deflecting to Kader Kohu or Parry Nickerson.
That was close right there. The read took Jerome Baker just a little bit the opposite direction, which was enough for Jalen Hurts. But once this thing kicked up into the air, whew.
Javon Holland, the safety, was injured about 5 plays ago, back in the lineup. Baker, the linebacker, down here in coverage on Swift.
It looks like some man coverage.
7. Here is Hurts firing right. Got it again. First down. Ball comes out after he's on the ground. At the 14-yard line, Dallas Goedert keeps the drive going.
Those safeties start dropping down. Really great read that time by Jalen Hurts to understand once they start getting down in this area that you've got the one-on-one, you go with the crosser across the field, and Dallas Goedert has been a major factor in this game.
Targeted 5 times, he's caught 5 balls, including a couple of 22-yard receptions. Good night for Dallas. Final half minute of this third quarter. Eagles trying to retake the lead. Hurts. Complete. Tackles Brown. To the end zone. Touchdown. Philadelphia.
Come on, man. 15 seconds left on the clock. That's not good.
The strength of A.J. Brown doing it again. His 3rd touchdown on the season. And Philly's back on top.
One of the problems when you have the injuries, you've got Andrew Van Ginkel here who has to play linebacker, and it's his job to drop underneath that play in which Jerome Baker would have been in that spot. And once again, A.J. Brown is too big, too strong, too good. Touchdown.
Too good.
Extra point added by Jake Elliott. So the Eagles go 75 yards, take the 7-point lead with 15 left. We're back.
24-17. So can the Dolphins get that back? We're about to find out. Now we're just waiting. Dolphins' turn. All right, let's get back in.
Tyreek Hill was getting the $40 million, and those receiver salaries took that huge jump. I think maybe if you ask Tennessee now, would they pay it this time? I think they might. He's been pretty amazing.
Hard to stop. Barrios going to run up on this short kick from the 5. He returns. Giving Miami nice field position. He'll do it again at the 31-yard line. I wasn't sure when it was 17-3 that maybe this was a night Miami didn't have enough pieces to get back in the game. They did, and this has turned out to be a game with 2 good football teams.
It really is, and we've seen Tua wake up his team. But I thought that last drive by Jalen was vintage Jalen Hurts. Under control. When they blitzed him, he found the open guy. He ran a couple of times. He scrambled a few times. When he's playing like that, it's hard to beat him.
We're looking at us again. Hi. First down. You can stand up. It's okay. It's the way you watch the game. It's all right. You can go. It's fine.
17-24.
I know.
Here we go.
9 to go here in the 3rd. And Tua taking a timeout here. The snap came late from Liam Eichenberg.
Charge timeout. Miami. Their first. It will be 30 seconds.
You know, you go back to the first drive of the game. They took a delay of game on their very first offensive play, and here to start a drive, needing to take a timeout with the clock running down. So a couple of things here that's not been perfect in the Miami operation.
No, especially when you're sitting there 9 seconds to go in the quarter, right? No advantage gained.
Let's look at the numbers of these 2 quarterbacks. Linked for so many years because of the Alabama moments, and who knows how many moments they'll have in their NFL days. Look, let's be frank, they're not best friends. They have respect for each other and what they did. Hurts was there first. Tua saw an example of how to make yourself into a strong, more physical player with Hurts, great example.
There we go.
And the class that they've exuded during that Alabama time has been on display throughout. Waddle back in the game. Nice catch.
Here we go.
Adjust to the ball behind them.
17-24.
A gain of 14 at the end of the 3rd quarter.
It's all down to the Dolphins to take it from home. It's all down to them. If they don't do it, it'll be mad. Absolutely mental, but it's all down to that. Now we're just waiting once again. Can the Dolphins beat the Eagles at home? Ooh. Just wait. All right, here we go.
Given the score and the game situation to this point.
15 minutes on the clock. Can the Dolphins beat the Eagles?
Waddle gain of 14. To Mostert for about 3 yards as he's taken down by Darius Slay coming off the corner.
Well, that's a big-time play there by Darius Slay. They call that a crack replace because the wide receiver is cracking down on the inside linebacker, which means that cornerback has to stand up, has to make that tackle, or as we've seen many, many times, these Dolphins runners can take it the distance.
See the numbers on big play Slay. Like the big running back addition on the offensive side, came over in a trade from Detroit. Slay coming over in 2020. Flag is another penalty on Miami, the 9th against the Dolphins.
Looked like it was
full start. Offense number 73. 5-yard penalty. Second down.
Don Austin Jackson, the right tackle.
Looked like everybody moved, and the center was just late snapping the ball. So just a half a beat, but a half a beat was enough.
And again, that center is Liam Eichenberg. Connor Williams remains out. Eichenberg, who was a left tackle all the time that we covered him at Notre Dame, and popped in to play left guard last year. First center starts for him the last couple. Tua on the throw for Tyreek Hill. It's deflected, incomplete. Hill got a hand on it, couldn't bring it down, and a late dive by Sidney Brown almost turned into a turnover.
Had a chance. Got Eli Ricks, one of the backups out there, right on Tyreek Hill, and tough catch. We've seen him do it before, close. He had the other one sort of bounce off his knee. Opportunities for Miami.
Ricks undrafted out of Alabama, started his career at LSU. A lot of youth in that secondary for the Eagles. Third and 12. Tua throwing. Timing is perfect. Complete to Waddle at the 45-yard line. Marked right now as a first down, and it is. They're moving the chains.
There's good and bad with what the Eagles are doing here. Obviously, a lot of space, and so you're going to bring in some cuts on the back end. But because they're being a little cautious with the safeties, and they should be, Terrell Edmunds is playing back, and he's having to deal with all that speed. But you've got Tyreek Hill on the left side, which creates those one-on-one opportunities. And now the balance of this passing game is coming back now that Waddle's back in the game.
Cedric Wilson had the big catch earlier. He's in motion. Tua on the run. Throws to Wilson. Back shoulder. Cool design for the back shoulder throw. Inbounds and a gain of 18.
When all else fails, they go to the slant flat wheel. This is the play. If there's any play in this offense, you're going to have a slant, you're going to have a flat, you're going to have a wheel route right behind it. And this time they just hit it with the back shoulder. All the variations. There are certain plays in your offense that when things are not going well, you come back to that play, and that is that play for Tua.
Raheem Mostert and Savon Ahmed, both backs are in the game. Ahmed on the move. Tua took it before it hit Ahmed's face mask, and he just aborts that one, a loss of 3.
Yeah, the motion was just messed up. The snap came a little late or a little high, and Tua knew it. Ahmed was already gone. Instead of taking the big negative play, just gets down.
They run so many motions, and Tyreek Hill told us this week, he'd just come off the practice field when we talked to him. It's like, man, I'm exhausted. I need a minute. I just ran like 3 games worth out there. They go at full speed in practice.
He certainly does.
Yeah. You see nobody shifts and motions more than Miami does.
Dolphins do something.
Another bad snap here. A bouncer to Tua. And it's completed to Waddle to the 24-yard line. Pickup 5, but the good pickup was Tua.
Yeah, the snap is going to be like it's an under center snap. It just went up and hit his tail, and Tua very calmly picked it up and completed a pass. So a lot of issues so far in this drive with Eichenberg.
Mate, this Dolphins.
That had been relatively clean in the couple of games he's played there. They're in an 8 empty backfield. Eagles bring 4.
Those are deep.
Fires end zone, and it's picked up
intercepted.
by Slay. Darius Slay undercuts it. Gets the return to the 17-yard line. Tua's trying to loft one and back up. Big play, Slay on another Sunday.
Real. What a catch. What a catch. No, just waiting. Long wait. No. Oh, Beckham.
Miami offensively have receivers in the same spot on several plays. Here you're going to see on the outside a double move by Waddle, which is going to put Slay out there on the outside. But look where he's looking. He's looking back to the inside because it was a double move play. In reality, I don't think there's any way Raheem Mostert and Jalen Waddle should have been 4 or 5 yards apart. That's what set up Darius Slay for that interception.
The first turnover of the night for Miami. Philadelphia's turned it over twice. Eagles up 7, take over at the 17. Andre Swift the back. Hurts will throw while coverage is getting rid of it. Sideline, incomplete. A.J. Brown not open.
That was going to be a pick 6 by Eli Apple. That was a tremendous play by Jalen Hurts. They had a simple, quick out. Look at number 33 on the far outside of your screen. He was all over that one, and you could see Hurts look at him and go, let's get this out of here. Got him again.
To Swift, to the right. Jalen Phillips joins the tackling party, 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. Christian Wilkins there. He's been active tonight off that defensive front for Miami.
Yeah, and now all of a sudden, you know, the clock starts being a little bit of a factor. So now you have to start taking a few more chances back there if you're Vic Fangio, and he is. He's bringing some safeties down. He created some single looks, and overall, these corners in substitute spots have held up pretty well.
Apple at the top, Kohu at the bottom, the Miami corners. 3rd and 5. Throws inside, it's caught, but a good tackle to keep the strong Brown from getting to the line. That was Kohu again. Brown didn't have the momentum. They're just short of the first down. Nobody picks up a yard like the Eagles, but backed up here, Sirianni's going to kick it away.
Yeah, I was wondering, isn't it something? Good play by Kohu on the outside. But the spot was so important on that play.
Right.
You wonder if that thing's another half yard closer if they do go for it, but because it was just over a yard, they end up punting the football.
And they're taking a timeout here.
Charge timeout. Philadelphia, their first. It will be 30 seconds.
So the Eagles take a timeout, and we see the offensive players now coming back to go for it, or at least line up to do so.
Yeah, I don't think you take the timeout if you don't intend to really go for it. You're not taking a timeout, right, to go out there and try and draw them off sides, I don't think.
You see, it's where the ball is when the contact happens, and that spot is really, really good, just shy of the 26-yard line. In the analytics world, if you're trying to win the game, that's what happens. Go for it. Leans ahead of punt at this point.
Let's see if they are brave enough for the old tush push. They're going to line up in it. That's a long yard, but they've been really good tonight.
And Hurts pushing forward on the left side. Gets it. So it's off imitated. But nobody does that play like Philadelphia. They started it. They know the nuances of it. And there's a little edge from your own 25. Go for it and keep the clock rolling.
Nick Sirianni is like, I don't know, it just always works. Why not go for it? But again, you just see the patience. Remember, Jalen Hurts, a 600-pound squat guy. Now, there are offensive and defensive linemen in the NFL can't get close to that. He is just gets in that powerful position and goes, I don't know, you guys going to make it illegal? I don't know why. We're good at it.
27-yard line. And it's Gainwell. Gain 3 to the left side. I don't think it's the way that I hear some people say, well, it's a rugby play. It's not a football play. If it gets taken out of the league, just my opinion, it's for health and safety reasons. And are you putting players in more danger? Another player, a Raider player, was hurt on the defensive side of that. Chicago did it earlier today. But I think from the standpoint, like you said, for an offense, it's the greatest feeling in the world when you get out there.
Well, and basically as an offensive player, you're walking up to the line of scrimmage and saying, we're running the ball right here, and there's nothing you can do about it. And that's a pretty powerful feeling.
For the most part, doesn't get stopped. Hurts throws behind Brown and incomplete. That one bounced up in the air dangerously for a moment. Melissa.
Mike, we saw Dolphins, Javon Holland, the safety, and David Long, linebacker, collide in the third quarter. They both came out and they were evaluated by the unaffiliated neurotrauma consultant, and Holland went back in the game. Long is right now in the locker room. He's being evaluated pursuant to the concussion protocol.
Okay, Melissa, it's a big player involved there, and they get Holland, the safety, on the back end. A lot of folks feel that in this system with Vic Fangio, he's poised for a big year. 3rd and 7, big play here for this Miami defense. Backfield, Fins bring 5, the throws complete. Brown stretching and rolling. This is a close mark, too. It looks short.
Did he get the credit for the roll, though? Let's see.
When he came down.
He landed his backside.
They're not going to check. Quick, they're back in BS territory. Brotherly shove, that is. Everybody's in there, and it's a first down. And they keep the drive going.
Let's take a look. His knee never hit down. Right there where the elbow hit is where it would have been marked. But, you know, Mike, the one thing I'd like to emphasize every once in a while on television, let's pretend Nick Sirianni had gone for that first 4th down and it didn't work.
Right.
And he gives him the ball. Everybody in the press call afterwards goes after him, right? You lost the game, you did this, you did that. We just have to acknowledge when you have the guts to make a call like that and it works, you got to get some credit too.
Backed up inside your own 30 and your own 40 with a lead in the 4th. Run to the left for Swift. It's about a yard.
It's the bad thing about analytics. It really is. It's that generally it's like a 51-49 kind of decision that you're talking about trying to make. And so you're going to miss a good percentage of those things as well. It takes a lot of courage to do it. A lot of coaches, in my opinion, won't do it because they don't want to deal with the backlash when it goes wrong.
And the extra push, maybe not showing you the percentages, is how great they are.
Oh, no.
At that 4th and 1, right?
I mean, Jalen Hurts is the one that makes this thing, along with Kelsey and those monsters up there.
Their elite numbers, their Eagle numbers, too. Brown hit hard by Kader Kohu. Again, they are getting to know each other. AJ catch number 9 on the night, targeted 15 times.
Yeah, and Kohu came into this game with a bit of a neck issue as well, so it's not a whole lot of fun. But the other part of this is, I think it's been about 3 minutes now that they've been able to chew off the clock here since that going for it that first time.
You're right on. This is minute 5 of this drive, and all of a sudden we're down to 6:12 in regulation. 3rd and 4. And it's a give with Gainwell, and of course he's a yard shy of the first down. However,
it's going to be defensive offside again. You could see it from here.
Penalty 10 on Miami tonight.
10 pens.
Offside. Defense, number 94. Lined up in the neutral zone. 5-yard penalty. Results in a first down.
I mean, it's just clear as day, right? Here's the ball. Well, that's a crooked line. Get the point.
Nick Sirianni very pleased. All these short conversions have happened, whether it was the brotherly shove or the offside. His team, no penalties tonight. Miami 10. Huge difference in the game. 5:45 to go. Hurts a first down throw. Hit as he throws from Brown downfield. AJ got it!
Stupid.
At the 10-yard line. Between Kohu and Elliott.
You go underneath, and it starts to wear you down. You want to jump up there and make a play, pump fake. You got Van Ginkel right in your face, and your quarterback proves once again he may be the toughest quarterback on the planet. I don't care if you're going to hit me underneath the chin or not. All good. Let's get it out there. A hole to catch. The Eagles showing their toughness on this drive.
And goal from the 8. Kenneth Gainwell inside. 5 yards to the 3-yard line. You see Lane Johnson saying, let's go for A.J. Brown. That catch was his 10th. 137 yards. That's over 125. 5 games in a row. It ties the longest streak in NFL history. That's Studstill and Calvin Johnson. Lions had that record. Brown joins them. Timeout taken by Miami. Their second here with 4:50 to go.
And just like a good running game, a receiver that size wears you down. You get tired of tackling him. And occasionally he's going to break out. But the other advantage he always has is the ability to get that rebound position on the smaller cornerbacks. And he wins a lot of games for these Philadelphia Eagles.
There are a lot of folks in Philly who are happy that Julio Jones was added to this team. No one more than A.J. Brown, who was Julio's teammate in Tennessee.
This drive is brutal for the Miami Dolphins. Brutal.
It's gone for 6.5 minutes. You could put him down 2 score. Kenneth Gainwell bouncing left. Spinning for the touchdown. Incredible balance by Gainwell. Pretty sweet looking for his first rushing touchdown of the year.
I'm just saying, with all the power and grit and ugliness of that drive, for it to end with that spin move somehow feels appropriate. Put the cherry on top for the Philadelphia Eagles. What a drive.
Jake Elliott. The lead is 14. Howie Roseman drafts really well in the 5th round in 2021 out of Memphis. He took Gainwell.
It's done, innit? Absolutely done. Unbelievable. Hurry up.
All here in the area. Enjoyed by many a fan. Plenty of those orders served around 5 o'clock tomorrow when the Phillies play across the parking lot at Citizens Bank. A win away from returning to the World Series. Game 6 of the National League Championship Series tomorrow. Eagles in enjoying their 31-17 lead. Dolphins down 2 scores, 4:46 to go. So Tua Tagovailoa comes back out, and last time we saw him, it was the interception as they were trying to drive for a tying score. And Mark Amento, our statistician in the booth, Chris, makes the point. Eagles have held Miami's offense to 1 touchdown. This is a team that scored 70. They're leading the world in scoring. Only 1 offensive score tonight.
But they did it by dominating with the run defense first. That's really where this game has been won right off the bat. And it allowed those 2 safeties to stay deep all night because they could stop the run with minimal people up on the front line.
The 1 timeout to do it quick on the slant. Jalen Waddle to the 33-yard line, a pickup of 8. If any team can score in lightning fashion, it's this speed crew.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Waddle is going to be able to go very fast here.
Injured his back in the first half. They're stopping it for a second because the Eagles saw Miami run a player out. So Philly does get the option to stop the clock, or get a sub in, I should say. Tua taking off, and he will be brought down. Jordan Davis, along with Fletcher Cox, to share the sack, a vet and a young guy on that defensive front.
You know, there are so many times that I've come into this stadium to call a game, and I felt like I didn't mention any names except Fletcher Cox and Brandon Graham. And now they've got Jordan Davis and Jalen Carter and Josh Sweat and Hassan Reddick, and the beat goes on because they keep drafting those star offensive linemen and defensive linemen.
Here you see the pressure on Tagovailoa tonight. What that's done historically, he's pressured again, and he's going to go down again. And Josh Sweat has had an outstanding night for the Eagles defense.
Just too much. Got the backup tackle in there, and Kendall Lamb. You'll see the inside move. And this is what the Miami Dolphins knew they could not win doing here tonight. 3 offensive linemen out on the left side. There just was no way, if they had to resort to a drop back passing game, that they were going to survive against this defensive line. Josh Sweat's been waiting all night long. Oh, please drop back and throw the ball. Finally got his chance.
Here we
That's
go.
his 2nd sack of the night, 5.5
remaining timeout
on the year for, again, another player taking the middle rounds, 4th round pick, who's become part of the fabric of this place. So the Dolphins take that final timeout before 4th down. McDaniel and Tua try to come up with something that'll get him to the 35 and keep this drive alive. And then he hopes to win.
Yeah, this is where I think you've got to try to work the middle of the field with one of those crossing routes and hope your protection can hold up, because the safeties have stayed deep all night. There has been a window right in there for the most part.
Jalen Carter joins Fletcher Cox trying to push the pocket inside. 4th and 10 and whistles. Timeout Philadelphia.
Timeout.
As Tyreek was taken off.
Charge timeout. Philadelphia. Your second. It will be 30 seconds.
Sirianni's team lost for the first time last Sunday to the Jets. Miami here. They go to Washington next week. Then play Dallas before they get a week off. As start to see some of these teams that got off to the great starts tested, like you like to say. September kind of fools you, lies to you a little bit, right? Now we're seeing tests against teams we know are pretty good so far.
But regardless, this is going to be a win for the Miami Dolphins from the standpoint they needed this. Just remember, their defense coming up is going to have Xavier Howard and Jalen Ramsey playing corner, which is going to allow their safeties to come down, help against the run, and make some big plays blitzing.
Tyreek Hill, 11 catches tonight, 88 yards. 4th and 10.
He's got the ball, throws right.
Throws short. Now getting there, Eli Ricks. The undrafted rookie out of Alabama. One of the dozen Crimson Tide players. Nick Sirianni's flying with the Eagles. And the young birds taking off tonight.
Done. Unbelievable. Absolutely unbelievable.